This morning on DC News Now, we're dry to start, but we're tracking this batch of rain down towards our south and west. That will move in through the latter half of the morning and continue through the afternoon. So get those umbrellas ready and the rain gear ready. You'll certainly need it through the day, but temperatures will be warm today, cooler tomorrow. All latest details with those numbers coming up. Also coming up this morning, tragedy on the tracks. A grandfather is dead after getting a dog leash stuck in a metro train door. What we're learning about the victim and the moments leading up to that deadly accident.
Plus, some DMV residents may notice a change in their tap water, the reason why and when it will likely happen.
In chaos in court, wild moments caught on camera when a man lunges towards the man convicted of killing his family member. We'll show you what happens next.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, your time right now is 6 o'clock. Good Thursday morning to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey James.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. We're going to start you off with a live look outside on this Thursday morning. It's a warm start to the day, Jackie, but we're going to see some rain. Yeah, those rain showers are down towards our south and west, so we're seeing those dry conditions right now, but that will change over the next couple of hours as this rain down over across parts of West Virginia and mainly across much of the state of Kentucky, and noticing some yellows, reds, and oranges. Those indicate some heavy rainfall at times. We'll see a few pockets of those sliding by, but radar out there this morning. We don't need the umbrellas just yet, but we'll certainly need those later. Those current temperatures, yes, it's on the warm side. We just reached 50 at the top of this hour, 52 right now in Hagerstown, upper 30s in Manassas, one of the cooler spots, along with Luray. Low 40s, Culpeper, 51 right now, currently in Fredericksburg. Highs today will be bouncing back mid-upper 60s for DC area southbound, could even reach right around 70 in Fredericksburg, but low to mid 60s farther off towards the north. So another unseasonably warm day out there today. However, a cold front swings through early tomorrow morning. Behind it, cooler air will move in. I'll have more details on those numbers coming up. But Shanika's here with the very latest on the roadways. What can people expect as they're hitting the roads?
Well, happy Thursday. You're in the 6 o'clock hour. No specifics, but whatever is happening on the left side on 95 heading northbound right near Opitz Boulevard, just stay right to get by, and you can see cars getting by very slowly. Let's flip over to the maps. You're looking at the rest of 95. You're seeing a little bit of congestion right in that area there. After that, though, you should be all good to go. As you're approaching inbound, heading toward the Beltway, over to College Parkway, this is in Rockville. Watch for a crash. That's right between Princeton Place and Nelson Street. You will find a slight delay in this area.
All right, Shanika, thank you. A look at what you need to know before you head out the door this morning. The Orange Line is back open after a man was caught in a Metro train door at the Dunn-Loring station. Now, that man was dragged by the train and later died. Our Lex Wars has more details in a couple minutes.
And crews are investigating a fire in Northeast. This happened on Kendall Street near New York Avenue last night. Crews put out that fire in about 15 minutes. No injuries have been reported, but investigators are still trying to figure out what caused it.
And dozens of people were kicked out of McPherson Square yesterday morning. The clearing date was moved up from mid-April because of safety concerns. The National Park Service says they gave more than 2 weeks' notice. They also say they ramped up efforts to connect people with housing and other services.
And after months of complaints, parents in the district say they are still experiencing school bus delays and even cancellations. More than 3,700 students with disabilities ride the bus to school daily. Our Tosin Fakile is live coming up in our next half hour with how district officials are responding. All right, 6:03 now. We are staying on top of a developing story out of El Paso, Texas this morning. Police say one person is dead. 3 others are injured after a gunman opened fire inside of a mall food court. Now, this right here is video from our sister station, KTSM, showing what appears to be police officers running across a highway towards that mall. This mall is across from the Walmart where a race-driven mass shooting happened in 2019. Right now, 2 people are in police custody. We will continue to bring you updates as more information comes in.
And this morning, a man is dead after being dragged down the platform and onto the tracks. Police say the tragedy unfolded when his service dog's leash got stuck in the train door. Now, it happened at the Dunn-Loring station in Fairfax County. That's where we find Lex Wars this morning. And Lex, how are riders reacting to all of this?
Well, it's a terrible thing to imagine, and the people who come to this metro stop and ride the train from here every day are shocked to hear about it. Police say that it happened around 1:30 in the afternoon. Metro Transit police say that a man was on the platform. His dog was inside the train. And when the doors closed, the leash got caught, and the man was dragged down the platform and onto the tracks. He later died at a local hospital. WMATA says that the train operator performed 2 safe door checks before moving forward, which is what their safety protocol says, but riders say that there might need to be more safety measures to keep this from happening again.
I think the Metro should have more training for the conductors. I think just additional training from the headquarters down to the people operating the trains.
Well, riders also suggested adding an emergency button on the train so if something does happen, they can let the conductor know while it's going on. Now, the dog is okay and in police custody. Taking a look at Metro's dog policy, animals are not allowed or permitted on the trains unless they are service animals or inside of a crate. Live in Fairfax County, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
All right, thank you, Lex. In the district this morning, the National Park Service is doubling down on its decision to clear a homeless encampment in McPherson Square. The NPS says it took orders from Mayor Bowser's administration. Now, her office cited illegal drug activity as well as health and safety concerns. Dozens of people were kicked out of the square yesterday morning. The Park Service says they gave more than 2 weeks notice, also saying they ramped up efforts to connect people with housing and other services in that time. Homeless advocates say the last-minute move creates chaos.
There are service providers, case managers who have developed relationships with people here in the park, and if folks are forced to move, they may move to an area where their case manager cannot find them.
The original clearing date was set for mid-April, but it was moved up due to safety concerns. And this morning, the district's resources for tackling homelessness are at risk of becoming even tighter. 2 homeless shelters will be temporarily closed for renovations this summer. That means the district will lose more than 750 beds over the next year. Some people have found temporary housing in hotels through DC's PEP-V program. That started during the pandemic for medically vulnerable people, but that program is going to be ending.
That program had about 660 beds, and there's not a firm date on closure yet, but they're not allowing more people to enter, and I think it's closing by the end of the fiscal year.
On Monday, Mayor Bowser touted a new building called the Ethel that will house homeless individuals in apartments and provide them with job resources.
A new acting director is stepping in at DC's 911 call center. This after a recent DC auditor's report outlined many issues with the call center, including first responders being sent to wrong addresses. Now, according to the report, some of those issues have led to deaths. One retired EMT says she lost her 18-year-old son because of a mistake she claims EMS made.
They assumed that he was shot in a certain part of the body, but he was actually shot somewhere else. And that devastated me because I felt like DC Fire and EMS Department was my family.
Mayor Bowser's office submitted the new acting director's name to council members to become the full-time call center director.
And heads up homeowners in DC, Arlington, and Fairfax counties. A change in the water filtration process may leave your tap water smelling and tasting like chlorine. The change to the water treatment process starts on February 20th. It happens each year about this time. Arlington County officials say customers who smell or taste chlorine coming from the tap can run the cold water for 2 minutes, get a filter system, or let the water sit out for 2 hours to allow the chlorine smell and taste to dissipate.
Concerns this morning after a report from the DEA this week says Mexican cartels and their drugs are right here in the DMV. That includes the deadly drug fentanyl. Now, Ann Milgram, administrator for the Drug Enforcement Administration, warned that illegal fentanyl is in all 50 states. Yesterday on Capitol Hill, senators grilled top U.S. drug officials about how to tackle the country's fentanyl crisis. Both parties are looking to crack down on the growing problem, but they are split over how to do it.
The current policies of the administration are making the cartels rich because they continue to smuggle those drugs into the United States.
China needs to take practical and common sense steps to address this problem right now.
President Biden plans to release his budget March 9th. It is expected to include more money for equipment and officers to secure the border. And in Virginia, it's a no for a bill that would have allowed the sale of recreational marijuana next year.
That comes as Republicans want to defund the agency created to oversee the legalization of marijuana. In a statement, the head of the Cannabis Control Authority says the magnitude of the proposed cuts is concerning. It would undermine initiatives addressing the public health risk associated with marijuana legalization. And now A bill to start selling recreational marijuana by 2024, well, that is burning out for the second year in a row in the Virginia General Assembly.
The Republican Party in the House of Delegates has been an impediment to legal sales for cannabis, and voters should keep that in mind when they vote in November.
Governor Youngkin's office declined to comment when asked if they requested these budget cuts. And also in Virginia, a bill that would have reduced the charges for possessing magic mushrooms died in the House. Possession of the mushrooms in Virginia remains punishable by up to 10 years in prison and a possible $2,500 fine.